to potentially keep West Ham at bay. Will Tomo go for his classic 2-1 prediction? We'll find out in just a moment. Bazza says, I agree with Tomo. We drop too deep and do not get out to the opposition quick enough to stop the crosses and the shots. Why are the coaches not seeing this? Peter says, I listened to the game the other night. The defence were lost. We are like a tea bag. And Ian Dickey Davis says, score prediction 2-3 to us. Come on, you Wolves. 3 points, please, to the footy gods, a.k.a. SGB, which is Stephen George Bull, and Tomo Nails. And he's mentioned me in there, but I don't think I deserve to be in such illustrious company as the three people you've mentioned, Ian. Where are you going?
Well, I'm always going to go with Wolves, aren't you? So the way that we've played this season and the results that we've had, I just think we might get something out of the game. And I'm going to have to go for my 2-1. I'm going to have to go for my 2-1. I know I've gone for 3-1 in recent weeks, but I just think 2-1. But we've just got to defend for our lives because they're going to throw absolutely everything at us tonight. They're going to come at us. They've got some talented players, and so have we. We've got some match winners in our side. Just got it for me. I just want to see it, just to mix it up, go a little bit more direct. It's not just a big boot up the field, but you've got a lad up there who works tirelessly for you. He scores goals, and you've got somebody alongside him who does exactly the same but in a different way. But I would just like to see goal kicks. Don't mess around with it. Don't invite pressure onto you. Go a little bit more direct for me. I'll just think mixing it up. Just go out there and have a go, because this is going to be a tough game.
My sensible prediction is 1-0 to Wolves. My not so sensible prediction, based on all the different cold medicines combining in my system.
I was going to say, you got a few down there, mate.
Yeah, got a few as we
cups
speak.
And nasal sprays and everything.
It's either going to be 4-0 West Ham or 4-0 Wolves.
How much you took?
Maybe too much. We'll see how things go. Send us your predictions at Mikey Burrows on X. Teams are on their way very shortly. West Ham against Wolves. A huge game for both. Who will come out on top? Wolves' former boss or Wolves' current boss? Julian Lopetegui and Gary O'Neill go head-to-head next.
Get the latest news from Molineux as fast as it happens. Find our regular quickfire podcast, Wolves Express, via wolves.co.uk or wherever you find your podcasts.
There's nothing quite like that winning feeling. Now you can be a winner too with Wolves Lottery. There are loads of cash prizes to be won every week, as well as a chance to win unique money can't buy experiences while supporting charities locally and throughout the West Midlands.
Oh, it's a stunning game! It's a stunning moment! Brought to you by a stunning football team!
From only £1 a week, what are you waiting for? Sign up now and you could be our next weekly big winner. Go to wolves.co.uk and select lottery to find out more.
Wolves Foundation is the club's official charity, delivering a range of projects across the local community. The foundation is only able to work across so many different areas thanks to the generous support of funders and the general public. Can you help? Text Wolves and then the value of your donation to 70085.
The Wolves app, the home of Wolves online and on the move. Get the latest news, video, podcasts and what's trending. Plus, listen to men's and women's first team commentaries and watch the under-21s. You can even check out the latest merchandise offers from the club shop and create your own highlights. Plus, bid on unique match-worn memorabilia with Wolves auctions exclusive to the Wolves app. Download it now for iOS and Android.
Wolves records. Things just got loud.
Take the stress out of getting to the game with Wolves' only official off-site matchday parking at the University of Wolverhampton Science Park. Only £8 per match and only a 10 to 15 minute walk to Molineux. It's the perfect place to park for hassle-free entry and exit on a match day. Go to tickets.wolves.co.uk to score yourself a spot.
Do you want to get more active? Wolves Foundation, the club's official charity, runs an Active Through Football project, which helps people of all ages to improve their physical fitness. Sessions are fun, friendly, and have real positive results. To find out the range of activities on offer, contact Liam Turner at wolves.co.uk.
For a regular quickfire update on everything Wolves, search Wolves Express wherever you listen to your podcasts.
Line on the fifth day, sunrise where the kids play. Time slips through the hourglass. Growth comes as the hours pass. Wind blows and the trees sway. Eagle eyes as the birds pray. Times pass at the samples. Make the most, you can't have more. Fifth day at the first light. Early start from late nights. In dark times we stay bright. Hold us down, we take flight. Deep breath where the air's fresh. Don't be scared, take the first step. Take charge, it's a new chance. Lead the line, it's your dance. Green light, go.
The London Stadium, scene of Olympic glory past. More recently, Old Gold pain. 4 defeats in the last 4 visits to South East London, all without scoring a goal. Gary O'Neill's team have lost their last 2, conceding 8 in the process. West Ham have also lost their last 2, also conceding 8. No wonder many deem these to be 2 of the most under-pressure managers in the league. 2 years since Jude Lopetegui arrived in the Midlands to turn round one campaign. He now hopes to inflict more misery on his former employers to earn favour with his new. But the last visit to the capital saw Wolves come out on top against former employees in the win at Fulham. A repeat would be most welcome indeed. Gary O'Neill makes 3 changes from the side that started the defeat at Goodison last Wednesday. Jose Sarr drops out. Craig Dawson also drops to be amongst the substitutes, having conceded 2 own goals on his 300th Premier League appearance. Gonzalo Guedes, the other man in amongst the substitutes. Sam Johnston comes back in, having missed the last 7. Totti returns, and Nelson Semedo is back from suspension. So Wolves with Sam Johnston in goal, expected to line up as a back 5, with Matt Doherty retaining his place at right wing back, Reine Nouri on the left. Nelson Semedo coming back into the team alongside Santi Bueno and Totti. That means a midfield 3 of the captain Mario Lemina, Andre and João Gomez, with Mateus Cunha and Jorgen Strand Larsen operating as a 2 up top. 2 changes for the home side. Soufal and Ings drop out. Emerson and Somerville come in. Lucas Fabianski is the goalkeeper. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Konstantinos Mavropanos, the former Wolves captain Max Kilman and Emerson make up the back 4. 2 holders in midfield, Carlos Soler and Edson Alvarez. Then Mohamed Kudus, Thomas Souček and Crescencio Somerville, all in support of the Hammers skipper Jared Bowen up top. On the respective benches, the home side have Alphonse Areola, Aaron Cresswell, Vladimir Soufal, Lucas Paquetá, Nicholas Fulkrug, Lewis Gulherm, Danny Ings, Guido Rodriguez and Jean-Claire Todibo. And for Wolves, it's Dan Bentley, the goalkeeper, Hee Chan Wang, Craig Dawson, Rodrigo Gomez, Tommy Doyle, Carlos Forbes, Jean-Ric Bellegarde, Gonzalo Guedes, and Pedro Lima. West Ham against Wolves from the London Stadium. I'm Mikey Burrows, alongside me, the Hall of Famer, Andy Thompson.
Yeah, it's just I just think a big game for Wolves. So, like, on the back of those 2 defeats, I'm sure that it's hurt their pride a little bit as well. The West Ham side being under the pressure as well, especially the manager, our old manager. It'd be nice to just get one over on him as well. But yeah, it's all about the result for me tonight. They've got to go out there. They've got to be fearless going forward, but also as well making sure that they don't get nothing away at the back. I just think that opportunity here tonight, opportunity to try and silence these West Ham fans by making sure that they're shouting about their team rather than at us.
So here we go. Wolves in gold shirts, black shorts and gold socks. West Ham in their claret and blue shirts, white shorts and white socks. Wolves playing from right to left as we look at it in this first half. It's the same as the TV as well. They are defending the Sir Trevor Brooking stand where the Wolves supporters are, and immediately Cunha has lost possession inside his own half. Bowen out to the right-hand side. Kudus will play it backwards to Mavropanos, and now Kilman. Wolves attacking the Bobby Moore stand, Billy Bond's stand on the far side. And the Betway stand is where the technical area is. Doherty passing the ball in that direction into the centre circle. Cunha just about found Lamina, who just about found Cunha, but Wolves don't look entirely comfortable in the first minute of play.
No, they haven't. Some of that basic passing that we talk about, and that little passing 5-10 yards, 2 or 3 times already we've given the ball away and allowed West Ham to get the ball back. And that's what we've got to cut out. We've got to make sure that that ball is 100% reaching its target.
Kudus leaving it for Wan-Bissaka. Wasn't the best of passes back to him, kind of flicked it with the outside of his boot, and Nuri, less than 10 yards from his corner flag, goes back to Totti, who clears. It is Totti on the left of the back three with Santi in the middle as things stand, though at the moment it feels very much like a 4 with Doherty pushed up high. Andre to Semedo. Doherty had set off on the run, but Semedo had to go back to Santi, who goes back to Sam Johnston. I'll say 7 games out for him. He's been back on the bench a couple of times. Now gets his opportunity back in the starting lineup. Not sure what's gone on with Jose Sarr. He's not involved in the matchday squad at all today. Wolves had 2 goalkeepers on the bench at Everton. No Pablo Sarabia at the moment either. The Wolves not at full strength. Falls by Johnston. One in the air comfortably by Edson Alvarez. It's going to drop to Larson. A couple of yards in from the left-hand touchline, midway inside his own half. Lamina trying to find Cunha. Infield to Andre, who will try and switch it out to the feet of Doherty. About midway inside the West Ham half. Couple of yards in from the right-hand touchline, trying to clip it forwards for the run of Larson, and Mavropanos just about held him off inside the penalty area and cleared it away.
Yeah, that was a great ball from Doherty. Good spot for him to see Larson just on the shoulder of the West Ham defender. He was always struggling with Larson, pushing him down. Yeah, it was a good ball in for him because we had players around it as well. And that's where we've got to try and expose West Ham. They're not in good form. They're not good in form, but we've got to be positive with our play. And so, look, and you just seen an example of it there. But just got to make sure that we don't give any silly balls away and just make sure that we make it difficult for West Ham.
Oh, Cunha's got a problem here. It was a high ball sent up by Totti.
I thought that was a foul for me.
Well, Cunha is holding the side of his head. I think he's suggesting that Souček maybe headed him rather than the ball.
Well, I thought he flicked it on, and then the West Ham players come in late on him. And I think that's what Lamina's just saying. We're just watching a replay of it again. I thought that he's won that, and it's a foul.
It was Mavropanos who did head the side of Mateus Cunha.
That's a foul for me. That's a foul. So, look, he's clearly headed the ball on, and he's come late onto him. That was a tackle on the floor. That's a free kick. It's done exactly the same kind of contact, but just with the head.
Well, he's told the referee he's okay and has got it without the need for any treatment, Mateus Cunha.
Yeah, I'm surprised he hasn't blown for a free kick for that. So he's way play on, didn't he, without the game.
Going to get a drop ball.
I think they'll just give it back to West Ham. Yeah, he's just give it back to West Ham, hasn't he?
John Brooks is the man in charge. Only the 6th Wolves game he's refereed. The last was the 3-2 defeat at Brighton in the League Cup in September. We've won 1, drawn 2 and lost 2 of the 5. He's had the whistle. Somerville down the left-hand side. Santi is out with him to the touchline. About level with the edge of the penalty area, cutting in field. In steps Semedo, ball not fully clear. Soler comes back in field to Somerville. Wide out onto the left-hand touchline once more, come West Ham. Somerville backwards.
He just looks at our back line. We've got 6 players in the line at the back. Lamina dropped, he's just pushed up now, but he dropped back into that back line. Just got to be careful that you don't get in each other's way, because we've seen that happen as well, where they think that somebody else is going to close it down or is tracking the runner. I'd rather see us a little bit higher up the pitch.
Coleman across to Mavropanos. Now Wan-Bissaka to the midway point of the Wolves half and still being allowed to run. Plays it to his right hand side to Kudus with the left-footed in swinging cross. Strains the arms of Sam Johnston.
Now that was a better defensive line. They kept it away from the goalkeeper Johnson there with Wolves back line. And he just allowed Kudus, who just went in, just crossed that ball for the Johnson just to get the simplest of catches. But they just need to be up that little bit further. Just make it difficult for West Ham.
Johnston in his luminous pink goalkeeper kit. Available right now if you want to get it in time for Christmas from wolves.co.uk. So got some nifty Christmas jumpers on there at the moment. Tomo and I will be having our Christmas jumper day at Leicester just a couple of days before Christmas.
Yeah, you got a Christmas t-shirt on as well. I saw you with it.
It's got to,
spirit of the thing.
Got to embrace the spirit, haven't you?
Yeah, exactly, mate.
Everyone needs cheering up at this point. Well, that was loose by Semedo. Back to Santi, who had a bit of a wild swing, and Bowen had got to the ball first. Almost reminiscent of some of those Bournemouth penalties last weekend.
But the thing was there, the indecisiveness of both of the players, Bueno and Semedo. So both hesitating who's going for the ball. Semedo decides to go for the ball, then plays it back short. And they're the things that we can't afford to keep doing. We can't afford to invite mistakes like that, as you touched on there. The penalties the other week, where we've invited people to get there or give them a chance to get there, and we've ended up making that contact with them, and we end up giving it away.
Dow on the left-hand touchline, about level with the edge of the Wolves penalty area. 2 in the wall. Nuri and Cunha to try and block the route to the near post. Emerson and Soler are the 2 stood over it. Kilman, Souček and Mavropanos amongst others waiting for the right-footed delivery from Soler. Flicked on at the near post. It'll come back to Edson Alvarez. Back out to Soler on the left-hand side for West Ham. Low ball in to Somerville. Left-hand side of the box. Right-footed cross. Stood up to the far post. It's headed to the edge of the area. Mavropanos had a hit, and I think he was blocked by Lamina amongst all the bodies in a crowded and congested Wolves penalty area.
Yeah, we're still too deep, so we've never really come out. And it's just allowing them just to come on to us.
Somerville, Bowen, intercepted by Semedo on the edge of the area, but he's lost it to Bowen. Ball pinballing around, and eventually Doherty can try and clear. And Wolves will settle for a throw midway inside their own half on the Wolves' right-hand side.
Yeah, just watch it. We look a nervous wreck at times, don't we, on set plays. Just need somebody just to take the game by the scruff of the neck and just start to get each other organised. There needs to be that communication and that back line as well. Somebody take responsibility for it. It's just amazing how much the pressures and the confidence come from results, isn't it? Where you're thinking, okay, because we're struggling for results and performances as well, and it just makes things so much harder.
Mavropanos gets it back about 10 yards, 15 yards inside his own half. Cross to Kilman. Now backwards to Mavropanos. in the 9th minute of the game, and fans standing all the way around the London Stadium to send a message to Mikel Antonio. It's Kudus onto Wan-Bissaka, right inside the box, low cross, takes a couple of deflections, and Semedo will try and run the ball clear under pressure from Soler. Tomo and I join with everybody in sending our best wishes to Mikel Antonio.
Yeah,
fans holding up his shirt all around the stadium. West Ham warmed up in shirts with his name and number on, and even their walkout jackets had it on too.
Yeah, so lucky, yeah, speedy recovery from it.
Lovely scenes all the way around the stadium.
That's when fans come together, isn't it, and things like that.
Johnston to try and launch the ball up to Larsson, tempted to chest it back to Doherty, but West Ham had the numbers there to intercept. Kudus will be out-muscled by Lamina just at the base of the centre circle. Semedo finding João Gomez on the turn. He's got Aït-Nouri making a move up on the outside left. Here is Aït-Nouri, 25 yards from goal. Infield to Cunha, who's looking back onto Aït-Nouri, but Wan-Bissaka was there with the interception. Good challenge, though, by Andre to win it back. And Cunha can try and build once more. Midway inside the West Ham half, trying to switch it. Lovely diagonal ball taken on the chest by Doherty. Doherty trying to look for the run of Larsson. Attempted cross was towards João Gomez in the end, and West Ham get it clear. Lamina now for Andre.
Yeah, that's better play, isn't it, Salah? Some decent play from Wolves in the last couple of minutes there. I just thought Doherty could have put that ball across first time and he's had a touch. I know there's only Larsson in there, but you've seen his movements and they say he tries to get on the back of everything.
Lovely centre-forward play by Larsson, but João Gomez overhits his through ball and it goes all the way harmlessly to Lucas Fabianski.
Well, you've seen what happens when you do put a ball in there in the right area, and he knows what he needs to do. That he's shown it already this season with his movement and the way that he holds it up for us as well. I just thought Doughty could have just put it in a little bit earlier. So like, while there was limited numbers in the West Ham defence as well.
Kilman cross to Mavropanos. Clears up to halfway. Heavy touch by Bowen, but he evades Lamina and Cunha. Runs it over the halfway line. Lamina got back to him. Picked his pocket somewhat. Over the halfway line to the left-hand touchline to Cunha. Looking to run at Edson Alvarez and trying to switch the play. Didn't quite make it, but he'll get another go. And this time finds the feet of Doherty. Doherty trying to clip his cross in. Takes the deflection. Larsson trying to get something on it. Headed away by, I think it was Kilman, and Kudus will try and run the ball clear.
I know it's still early in the game, but I just think Lamina looks a lot more comfortable, doesn't he, in that midfield position. Already he's had some good tackles, interceptions. He's been on the ball. He just looks a lot more comfortable than when he's playing at the back.
We have played approaching 13 minutes. Lamina can't quite get away from Kudus, who goes flying into Totti. That's a Wolves free kick.
He's not long back, is it, Kudus? From his suspension. So he probably just needs to be a little bit careful. It's good.
Ball bounced off his thigh.
He was just dangling his foot, though, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And Totti's come in.
Be careful. Doesn't catch him with his feet, just more the follow through than anything else.
Yeah. He's a bit more reserved on his challenge, but I say it was because he's had his foot in the air there as well, though.
Dave in Newport's gone for a 3-1 Wolves win. So Stephen George Bull and Tomo forever Wolves. As Larsson is penalised. John says, hi Mikey and Tomo. Doesn't matter who we have in charge, the problems will always be there. Rob Knight says, checking in today from Port Douglas, Queensland, here for the Great Barrier Reef. Intrigued by the lineup, but tinkering does not make me confident. Think it might be a hard watch, but as ever, we live in hope, says Rob, who's a long way from home, normally in Calgary.
Yeah, there's worse places as well as where he is. I bet it's nice and warm there, though. You're gonna
warmer than Canada, anyway.
Yeah, he will be at the minute.
Warmer than the London Stadium as well. Flick on from Souček. Santi got the better of Bowen, across to Semedo, just inside his own box, now just outside the right-hand corner of it. Plays the ball back in field to Lamina. Lamina on the turn and looking to drill a long ball up towards Cunha, but Mavropanos can nod down for Wan-Bissaka. That's the problem, isn't it? When Wolves do get possession, not really having that much support up to the front two. It's got to actually find them. You can't just play it blind almost.
No.
You need something that the two of them can challenge for.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say to you about the quality up to the front man. So, look, if you're playing Larson up there on his own and you're expecting people to get up and help him, the quality's got to be better. You've got to give him a fighting chance that he can actually get something on it or make that challenge or get a control on it, just to make it difficult for the defenders.
Somerville looking to run at Doherty, left-hand side of the box. Doherty blocks the cross.
Well defended.
West Ham
Doherty's
corner.
Did well in Somerville. Doherty.
Quarter of an hour gone. West Ham 0, Wolves 0. At Mikey Burrows on X if you want to get in touch with us during the game. So West Ham have brought the big central defenders up. Right-footed corner from the left-hand side, deep towards Kilman, whose header is blocked by Totti. Former teammates would have battled against each other in training many times, no doubt. They're up against each other here as Totti plays the ball in field to Larson. Neat footwork and a clever ball that Doherty lets run. João Gomez on for Doherty, and across comes the challenge of Mavropanos, 25 yards out. Doherty got a toe to the ball, he was clean through. Here comes Semedo. Wolves haven't given up the attack just yet. Wide to the right-hand side to Doherty, back infield to Semedo, 20 yards from goal. Pulled to the middle of the half to Lamina. Lamina might fancy a go from distance, and it's a long way high and wide.
Yeah, good play by recycling the ball, getting it back from the Wolves players. But just watching that as well, you've got one player in the penalty box. They've got 4 defenders, West Ham. There needs to be some bodies in there. If the right back's got it down the one side or somebody down on that right wing, I think Aït-Nouri's can have a gamble. We've got that security of the player there, but we've got to get bodies in there. You can't just have one player in there. And I think, again, that just comes from that confidence thing. I think that people getting concerned, a bit worried about going up there and the ball getting hit and they're out of position. But I just think that they've got to do better on that.
Aït-Nouri playing Cunha in down the left-hand side, about 30-odd yards from goal. Infield to João Gomez. Cunha had gone down the line, but may well have drifted offside. And eventually Kudus comes back and steals it from João Gomez, who ends up fouling the West Ham player.
Yeah, I just think that I don't know why Cunha hasn't gone down the line against the defender. He's 1 versus 1 down this left-hand corner, and you know he's quick. I just think that just commit them into the challenge, just commit something into them. What they're going to do, give you the throw-in, possibility again in the corner, or even better, if he gets past him, he could open up something for a goal or scoring opportunity. I just think that that's the thing, that hesitation when we're playing. And I'm surprised that Cunha didn't do it. I'm surprised he hasn't gone at him 1 versus 1.
Yeah, Wolves need Cunha to be a bit more direct if they can do so. An opportunity for him to create something from nothing. Crescencio Somerville has an issue here. He's gone off the field. He might be coming back onto the field. He wants to.
Well, it's a strange one, isn't it? He's had like pressure, like socks on his arms.
Yeah, he had like fake sleeves.
Yeah, and it's some white sleeves on there, and he's just took them off and then come back on the pitch. That was a strange one. Why didn't he just take it over the far side?
Here is Somerville looking to run at the Wolves' back line. Totti went in with a challenge. 1 or 2 shouting for a penalty. Not really anyone on the field. More than Aït-Nouri and Souček collide with each other.
Yeah, Souček's just conning the referee there. He's gone straight through Aït-Nouri. I'm surprised that, well, the referee's going to speak to him. He's tried to say that he's injured, Souček. But he knew he wasn't getting the ball. Aït-Nouri did really well by getting his body in between him and the ball. But yeah, he looks lively in that Somerville. Did well, Totti, in the end, I think. Just stood up, was strong against him.
Might well have just been because the arm things he was wearing are white and the sleeves are blue, and
Yeah, the referee's told him to take it off. He's got a match, hasn't he?
yeah, the Premier League are pedantic like that. Here's Larson out to João Gomez. Going to cross from deep, too deep for Cunha. Aït-Nouri will try and keep it in by the left-hand corner flag. He's done so. Support from Cunha, let it run across his body. Bounces off Kudus. Aït-Nouri to Lamina, 5 yards in from the left-hand touchline, midway inside the West Ham half. Low across. Doherty, clever ball in field to Andre. Andre on for Larson, right hand side of the penalty area, just being held up by Mavropanos. Tried to dig his cross in, headed away by Wan-Bissaka. Cunha trying to get hold of it on the edge of the D. Comes to João Gomez, who strikes it through the bodies, and straight at the waiting Lucas Fabianski.
Again, nice little spell for him, but I thought Doherty was on for the pass. I know he's took it on himself, he's hit the target, but I just thought...
Well, Wan-Bissaka's run a long way. Aït-Nouri eventually getting back to hold him up for the time being. Bowen, Wan-Bissaka just outside the right-hand side of the box. Trying to just dink across in that Santi and then Aït-Nouri head away. Cunha trying to knock it round the outside of Mavropanos, but West Ham defenders just too big to get round the other side. Lamina with a foot in to win back. Santi finding Larson.
Yeah, this is where we find it difficult because he's got nobody in front of him at all, is it? Yeah, needs support, needs help up there. I just think that somebody's just got to break away from that defensive line. We've got the ball. We've got to take chances. Within reason, of course.
Yeah, there's been discipline, isn't there? But there's also, you've got to try and win the game.
Yeah, well, if you're playing everything in front of them, West Ham are going to find it easy. You need somebody who's going to drive them back or get behind them. And at the minute, we're just cautious, and I know why we are. But somebody's got to have a gamble. If you're going to win a game or you're going to, in the right way, have that gamble, you need somebody just to get up there for you.
We have played very nearly 22 minutes of the game. West Ham 0, Wolves 0. Only really that João Gomez shot straight at Fabianski from either side in terms of danger moments, as Larson flicks on the kick from Sam Johnston that'll go through to Fabianski outside the left-hand side of his penalty area. Funny old atmosphere inside the London Stadium tonight.
You've probably got both sets of fans. Don't know what to expect though, isn't it? So like results haven't been great for both sides.
Emerson, Somerville on halfway, infield to Soler. And on loan from PSG, across to Mavropanos, now to his central defensive teammate, Maximilian Kilman. Going to try and hit a long diagonal out to Wan-Bissaka. Loose pass, but Soler picks up on it. Still inside the Wolves half. Bowen, Souček, edge of the D. Bowen will try and get to this, and his low shot turned away by the right boot of Sam Johnston. Bowen gets it again from Wan-Bissaka. Trying to cut in field. Gets it from Kudus. Pulls it backwards. Kilman being urged to shoot. Joins those in the box. Wan-Bissaka's cross. Kilman was climbing high. That came off a Wolves defender and will be a West Ham corner.
Yeah, I think Totti's got to get out to him a lot quicker, Bowen. I know it's took a ricochet to come to him, but he's got to respond quicker than that. I think that's a massive let-off, especially the way that Bowen plays in front of goal. Either foot, first time shot. Johnson was fortunate that he was in the right position and was able to save with his foot.
Somerville taking the corner short, right-footed from the left-hand side. Played into the centre to Wan-Bissaka, who will stand it back out towards Somerville. Wants it down to Kudus. João Gomez snapping away at him, but Kudus has turned in field, and then Semedo takes the ball from him. Chance to potentially break as he looks to release Cunha. Wan-Bissaka is with him. Larson is trying to get up in support. Here is Jørgen Strand Larsen. Oh, he couldn't quite take it in his stride as he made the run from left to right across the only defender that was in his path.
Great break. Cunha. Again, I just thought that he could have opened his legs up a little bit against Wan-Bissaka. But he's a great little ball back into Larson. His first touch just let him down, which usually he's pretty good. He just tried to take it into his stride and just miscontrolled it, and it went through to the West Ham keeper. But it's a great break. There's an opportunity there. Just that little bit of quality that we just needed.
Just approaching the 25-minute mark. West Ham 0, Wolves 0. All is back with Fabianski.
He's just listening to the crowd there. You can hear just the fans just shouting individually. There's no massive thing trying to get beyond this West Ham because they don't know what to expect. I just think that it's something that we can play on, and I think we can take these opportunities just to try and turn the screw a little bit more on. We've had a couple of off chances. We've got Gomez's shot, and I just think that last one on the break, I think that good opportunity there.
Cunha infield to João Gomez. He's going to look to try and switch it. First to Andre, middle of the West Ham half. Now out to the feet of Doherty. Going to go back infield to Semedo. And again to Andre. Into the centre of the half to Lamina. Lamina finding the feet of Cunha. 25 yards out. Cunha going low towards the near post. And Fabianski scrambled across and claimed it.
Yeah, good play. Again, good attempt, but I don't think he kicked it as clean as he wanted. Yes, he's gone for the bottom corner, but didn't really get the power on it. Just made it a bit easier for the keeper because the power wasn't there. But good play, good switch of play.
Looked like it might hit the post or maybe fractionally go wide based off the replay we've just seen on our screen.
But he didn't catch all of it, did he? He didn't catch it as sweet as he wanted. You can hear this crowd starting to get restless about West Ham. Just don't give him anything. Don't give him an opportunity.
João Gomez scrapping for the ball.
I just think
with Emerson too much.
I think he was a bit too strong for him. I think Gomez, he's saying the exact thing to the referee. I think that he thought that he just stamped him out of it. But again, another set play here. Got to defend it.
So Wolves' defensive line on the edge of their penalty area. There are at least 5 for West Ham waiting for the delivery. More joining them now. Right-footed, delivered into the danger zone. Headed away by Lamina from just inside the penalty area. Wan-Bissaka has had ages, absolute ages to get hold of the ball on the halfway line.
And we're still 10, 15 yards just outside that penalty area. He even went back into his own half, but 15, 20 yards in that.
Crossfield ball, Doherty read it, heads it to halfway. Mavropanos with time. Got 10 in from the right-hand touchline. Leaving it for Souček. Somerville, he's been the man looking most likely to craft something for West Ham. And it's a clever ball from him. It's the penalty area, and it's a good strike by Soler. And Aït-Nouri, I think, with a sliding challenge that deflected it over the crossbar.
Yeah, I think it was. I think he hasn't tracked the run, has he? He's run off somebody. Soler. Yeah, good block from Aït-Nouri, but somebody's got to stay with him. We've got enough players back there.
Well, it was Aït-Nouri. I think he and Doherty hadn't managed to swap back round after that last set piece. So he was in the right wing-back position. He just went to sleep and then had to make quick amends.
Yeah, and that's what I talk about, having a lot of bodies there.
Emerson's corner, left-footed from the left-hand side. That came off a Wolves' head. Totti won't reach it. It will be another corner.
I thought he could have got that.
I don't know. Well, taken quickly, and Wolves not quite alert to the short one. Somerville into the penalty area. Pulled back, strike, hits the body. I think it was actually blocked by Bowen. Wolves scramble it away. Wan-Bissaka again with all the time in the world to collect it on halfway, but he goes backwards to Fabianski, and you can hear the home crowd's reaction. Wolves won't mind that one bit. 29 minutes played, and West Ham fans are starting to show their dislike for what they're seeing at the moment.
Well, I think Wolves have done a decent job with that, frustrating them. But they definitely seem to be building up a little bit of pressure, West Ham, though. They've just got to keep on and just try and nullify, i.e. there, not giving away silly free kicks.
Yeah, Doherty with a bit of an unnecessary challenge on Somerville. We'll just get a telling off from John Brooks. Just left a little bit on him as Somerville flicked the ball back in field.
Yeah, he's experienced enough not to be doing that and giving away free kicks when we know that it's at the moment's been our nemesis, hasn't it, on free kicks and set plays. And again, West Ham have just pushed everybody up front.
349th Wolves appearance for Matt Doherty tonight. What an incredible number. Not quite your number yet, is it?
Is it 4-5-1 I've got?
Cross comes in, flicked on by Souček. He'll go harmlessly behind for the goal kick. Well, I don't think he's made the top 20 yet, and I'm pretty sure you're number 11.
Yeah, 451 I think I've got for the Wolves.
It is 451. You are correct, sir.
I'm surprised you never said that on the picture there. When you just come down with the bloke with the moustache in black and white.
Doherty is now 4 appearances behind Robbie Dennison, who is 22nd on the all-time list. Went past Billy Harrison a couple of appearances ago.
Yeah, you're not going to get anywhere near Derek Parkin, are you? Great servant for the club.
Billy Harrison made his first appearance in 1907.
Here we
last
go.
in 1920.
Here we go. Here we go. There's a punchline here somewhere.
It's too easy, isn't it? Everyone knows what I'm going to say. João
Yeah.
Gomez for Cunha over the halfway line for Larson, trying to switch it out to Doherty. That's a clever pass. Doherty has time to set himself and cross it first time. And here's João Gomez. Oh, goodness me. What a chance. He's got his head in his hands, lying flat on the deck inside the goal. Somehow, he couldn't quite reach it sweetly.
Oh, again.
And it goes high and wide.
Great bit of play. Great ball out from Larson. Getting in the box. Larson sprinting in there. Great ball in. Oh. I don't know if that was easiest to score. Just watching it.
We were waiting for the net to bulge. I think he probably should score.
He's got to. He's like on the drop, on the half volley, isn't it? He's just come off his heel.
Oh, that's the best chance of the game for either side.
Well, he's had two chances, hasn't he?
Here's Bowen into the penalty area. Good
Great
sliding challenge comes in from Santi.
Great
Concedes the corner, but for a moment, looked like Bowen was about to pull the trigger about 10 yards out.
Yeah, great tackle from Santi, wasn't it? Did well to get across him. If anything, probably did him a little bit of a favour. And I'm not taking anything from him, but it was probably a running away from Bowen. He's had to take it at a more of an acute angle that he had. But still good defending from him.
Somerville's corner, right-footed from the left-hand side. In swinger, comes all the way through to Bowen. Just inside the right-hand side of the box. Pull back for Kudus. Curling, Johnson saves. Oh, and Souček was right there. Couldn't readjust his feet, thankfully for Wolves. It goes behind for another corner. But all for a moment, it felt like Souček was just going to tap that empty ball home.
Two things from this. Nobody closed him down. We've got 4 people around that. Credit to Johnson. He did so well to push it away from the goal. Because anything that he underhit, so like it was going to be tapped in by Souček. But where's the closing down, Acutis? There's 2 or 3 players away from him. Go and close him down where the threat is.
Referee doesn't like what's going on between João Gomez and Edson Alvarez in front of Sam Johnston. Again, the corner, right-footed from the left-hand side, in swinging delivery. Somerville right underneath the crossbar, and Johnston had to just reach up that big right mitt and get it away behind for another corner.
Yeah, I think he's got to deal with it, hasn't he? He's just dipping. I think it's going out by looking at that, but he didn't know, did he?
No.
It's too close for comfort, you could say.
Corner taken short this time. Kudus, left-hand side of the box, hanging it up. Kilman trying to nod it down, and there was a slip, I think. Is it Mavropanos? It is. 8 yards out, central position. from his central defensive teammate, laying it on a plate for him. And now it's West Ham's turn to feel like they should have scored.
Well, I'm going to say something now about the set corners from West Ham. They've had about 3 or 4 corners from that left-hand side for West Ham, and they've had 2 out quite a number of times, and we've not got to play it near them. And he's crossed the ball with no challenge on him at all. And I spoke earlier on about we've got to get out there. We've got to try and stop that cross coming in, and we're still not. We're still making it easy for them. They're able to pick people out.
There is Santi intercepting midway inside his own half. Larson couldn't quite flick it to João Gomez. One other point I'd make, Tomo, having seen the replay on our monitor of that last corner, I'm not entirely comfortable with Andre marking Max Kilman. I know you can't mark everybody, especially if they're a relatively tall team, but I'd feel a bit more comfortable if one of our centre halves or our 6'4" striker was there.
Well, he's
trying to mark the guy who's clearly going to be the target.
Well, probably their 2 best headers are Souček and Kilman on set plays, and you can't have one of your central midfielders marking him or zonal marking him as such because he's in a certain area. For me, I think you've got to put something who's going to challenge him, because I would bet on Kilman to win every header from that. For me, knowing what he's like and what he's like in the air.
Just under 10 minutes, plus time to be added on to go until half-time. West Ham 0, Wolves 0. Ball over the top for Bowen, down the West Ham right. Low cross into the penalty area. Semedo turns in behind for yet another West Ham corner, and they are starting to rack them up now.
Yeah, who's tracking the runner? Bowen. Yeah, Lamina getting caught again. He's trying to play him offside.
It's the 8th corner of the first half for West Ham.
Yeah. You've got to stay with your... If you're not sure, you stay with your runner. And we're getting caught at the minute with the pressures building from West Ham.
Emerson left-footed from the right-hand side this time. Mavropanos being marked by Doherty as it goes in towards the near post and headed away by Semedo.
Yeah, good head up, good head up.
Corner number 9.
Look, teams are going to do this to us. After watching what's happened to us in more recent weeks, they're going to do this. They're going to put plays straight on there again.
This time it goes short to Kudus, pulled back to Bowen, who's a long way out the penalty area. It's going to be played into the danger zone. Doherty trying to head it away. Mavropanos bringing it down, but Aït-Nouri tries to get a foot in. Mavropanos wins it back. Kudus right-hand side of the penalty area. Left-footed cross, standing up to the far post. Totti with the initial header away. João Gomez beaten to it, but Lamina slides in to get it out of play for a throw midway inside the Wolves half on the West Ham left.
Well, this is where it gets nervy, isn't it? When there's been a lot of pressure from West Ham coming from their set plays and their build-up play. Just got to stay strong now. Just got to make sure that we don't do anything silly. Track runners, because we've got caught a couple of times. Lamina being one, say Aït-Nouri being the other. We're not tracking runners. We need to stay with them. I'd rather you stay with them and play them onside or whatever than just letting them go, because that's what you can't afford to do.
Big high ball up towards Souček, one in the air by Doherty. Andre was trying to let it bounce. And eventually Bowen comes and takes it from him, but João Gomez then does the same to him. Lamina having to go deep into his own half, into his own penalty area, being trapped by Soler. Manages to find Andre. It's Doherty. Right to Semedo. Those two just swapped over for the time being.
Good play, opportunity here now.
João Gomez over halfway to the left-hand side to Aït-Nouri. Gary O'Neill waving them on. Aït-Nouri up towards the edge of the box. Might open out for the shot. It did. It deflected, but not quite into the path of João Gomez. Aït-Nouri with the foot in again. Semedo shoots from the edge of the box, blocked by Kilman, and a good distance on the clearance. Doherty. Andre back to Doherty. 2 cuts of grass inside the West Ham half. Wide out to Semedo. Backwards to Doherty. A little spell of pressure from Wolves here as we go into the 40th minute of the game. Big high ball up towards Semedo, headed away by Emerson. João Gomez battling and coming away with the ball. Semedo has it. Midway inside the West Ham half, infield to Lamina, central position to Cunha. Wolves are building. Cunha was trying to slide it through to Larson, but Kilman stepped in. His clearance finds Kudus. Kudus looking to run it forwards through the middle of the Wolves half. Lamina trying to hold him up. Souček taken on by Kilman on the charge. We've seen this before in gold. Comes to Somerville. Shot charged down by Doherty.
Yeah, I'm just looking here as well. Bowen was free in the penalty area. If they could just pick him out, Somerville didn't see him. He went for the shot himself. In a way, I'm glad that he did. So we've got enough bodies around there.
Mavropanos to Edson Alvarez. Out to the left-hand side to Emerson. Out midway inside the Wolves half. A little bit further back to Alvarez. Across the centre circle, just inside his own half to Mavropanos. He was looking for Bowen, who was pushed backwards by Lamina. Mavropanos with the long ball down the right-hand side to Wan-Bissaka. Aït-Nouri challenging. That's a West Ham throw. Thrown in quickly to Kudus. Last 5 minutes of the first half. Who's the happier?
Probably Wolves with the amount of corners that West Ham have had. But West Ham would probably be the ones that are a little bit frustrated that they haven't scored off one of them. They've had a couple of half chances, so aside from Johnson as well. But I think probably in general with the amount of possession and corners that West Ham have had, Wolves will probably be the happier out of them. They've had 2 or 3 good chances as well, Wolves. So like, especially that last one off Gomez. And that's where, like, if you're trying to win games, you've got to try and get that result, that chance to score.
Soler trying to play Somerville in down the left. Semedo tracking him. Somerville into the penalty area on his right foot. Doherty got back there. And Semedo can try and clip the ball. Balls to Larson,
Well played.
who looked like
There
he
you
was
go.
hurt as he tried to get a hold of it.
No, that's good play, though. Just put the ball up there. You know he's going to challenge for it. And we've ended up getting a throw in from it. I just think that's what you can utilise a lot more.
Doherty making his way to go and take the throw. It's been an energy-sapping half for players on both sides. Both lacking in confidence a little bit, and it feels like it's quite evident in how both teams have been playing. And there's an example of it, is the throw down the line. Larson
And threw it out. It came in, and when they went out, he could get himself booked here. Don't be silly, Larson throwing the ball away.
John Brooks happy to be lenient. Emerson with a throw from the midway point of his half up to halfway. Doherty wins in the air. Edson Alvarez heads it out of play for a Wolves throw this time. About 2.5 minutes of the 45 to go. Strange lull descends in the London Stadium. Cunha just ahead of the centre circle. That's the Wolves left to Aït-Nouri. Closed down by Wan-Bissaka. Aït-Nouri twisting and turning. You can tell he just wants to be let off the leash. Totti going to go all the way back to Sam Johnston outside the penalty area. Low out to the left to Lamina. Lamina under pressure, he's slipped and Kudus has stolen it from him. Bowen, Kudus, right inside of the penalty area. Shot charged down by Totti. Kudus still has it. Totti trying to recover. Kudus holding it off. Wan-Bissaka clipping across to the far post. Somerville's headed down.
Yeah, in a fashion that was a bit of a let-off fire for him. But again, some last-ditch tackling and defending from us, and that's what you got to do. I said that at the beginning. So look, you've got to make sure that you throw everything at it, and that's what they did there.
Kudus effort blocked by Totti.
Yeah, see, he's close enough to get that challenge in.
Have about 1:10 of the 45 to go. Big high ball forwards. Doherty with the flick on. Kilman smashing it high into the night sky. Totti heads it back over halfway. Doherty was caught late, but will pull it back, and actually will be a yellow card.
Yeah, he was late on him as well, wasn't he?
Emerson
Yeah.
going into the referee's notebook.
He was never getting there. It was always going to be Doherty's ball there.
Just caught the top of Doherty's right boot. It's only going to be 1 minute of time being added on. Ball goes high into the penalty area, headed to the edge of the box. João Gomez, oh, why didn't he shoot? Plays it to the left to Totti. Totti to clip the cross in. To West Ham, and it comes down to Lamina, and it's blocked by João Gomez. Doherty to try and strike it. Blocked, comes back to Doherty. Trying to get his shot away. Another block in there from West Ham, and now Somerville can try and run it clear. And a yellow card for Mateus Cunha for preventing the attack of Somerville.
I think that's a good yellow card for me. I think he was off running, wasn't he, Somerville? Never really challenging and stuff, but he had to leap out the way of him, though. Kind of a, well, as you could call, was it a centre forwards tackle kind of thing? I think it's a good yellow card. I think he was just taking off, wasn't he? He was off.
He did a full forward gambol there.
Yeah, he did. He went straight over the top of Cunha, didn't he? That's where I always say take one for the team, and he's just done that. Just needs to make sure he don't get the ball away or move off to the referee now.
Big high ball forwards. Totti with the header away. Cunha looking for João Gomez. Wolves on the counter. Out to Semedo on the right-hand side. Midway inside the West Ham half. Just been held up by Somerville. And that's the final action of the first half. Gary O'Neill heading down the tunnel. As well, Julian Lopetegui. Wolves' former boss, Wolves' current boss. Which one's happier?
I think O'Neill will be pretty happy. I think that he's seen glimpses of his team trying to get an opportunity. Lopetegui will probably think that he's probably had enough corners to get something out of the game, but I think the Wolves have defended them pretty well. I just think that it's a game where you can see that both teams are nervous. Both teams are a little bit hesitant about what they're doing, but I just think Wolves will be happier.
Well, are you happy? At Mikey Burrows on X to have your say. We'll have more from Tomo very shortly. Half-time in the London Stadium. It's West Ham 0, Wolves 0.
Download the Wolves app today, the only place to watch live academy matches.
Wolves TV, the home of live uninterrupted radio commentary of every single Wolves game. But that's not all. Wolves TV also brings you extended and alternative match highlights, interviews with the team, behind-the-scenes features and training coverage, plus see every goal Wolves score from every angle.
From the volley arm and a goal! That is simply stunning!
So check out Wolves TV online at wolves.co.uk or on the move via the Wolves app.
Do you need support with your mental health? Life has been very challenging in recent years. With the COVID pandemic and cost of living crisis, we've experienced some difficult times. Wolves Foundation, the club's official charity, continues to run a Head for Health project, focused on helping adults improve their mental and physical well-being. For more details, email healthadmin@wolves.co.uk or call 07971 900 257.
Are you looking for a space to entertain key clients? Got a special occasion coming up and want to treat the family? Or are you just looking to come and watch a game in style?
Welcome to Wolverhampton Wanderers!
At Molyneux, we've a range of matchday hospitality packages available for every Premier League game.
So much involved in this.
From the pitch and city views of WV1 to the premium a la carte dining in the boardroom, there's something for everyone looking to elevate their matchday experience.
Oh, goodness me!
To find out more and get yourself booked in, visit the hospitality section of wolves.co.uk.
Due to huge demand, Wolves Museum is now opening on Thursdays. Opening times are now Thursday to Sunday, 10:30 to 4:30 p.m. Take a walk through the history of Wolverhampton Wanderers and marvel at our extensive collection of Wolves artefacts. Only £10 for adults and £5 for under 14s. With new exhibits opening all the time, there's plenty to see in the Wolves Museum, so book your trip through old gold history at events.wolves.co.uk.
There's nothing quite like that winning feeling. Now you can be a winner too with Wolves Lottery. There are loads of cash prizes to be won every week, as well as a chance to win unique money can't buy experiences while supporting charities locally and throughout the West Midlands.
It's a stunning game. It's a stunning moment. Brought to you by a stunning football team.
From only £1 a week, what are you waiting for? Sign up now and you could be our next weekly big winner. Go to wolves.co.uk and select lottery to find out more.
You've experienced the thrill of Molyneux on a match day. Now go behind the scenes with our exclusive stadium tours, taking you from the stands to the dressing room, see where the team donned the old goal, and take your chance to walk out that famous tunnel into the Golden Palace. Book online, and you can even book your own private VIP tour for up to 20 people by emailing museum@wolves.co.uk.
Wolves Foundation is the club's official charity, delivering a range of projects across the local community. The foundation is only able to work across so many different areas thanks to the generous support of funders and the general public. Can you help? Text Wolves and then the value of your donation to 70085.
Get the latest news from Molyneux as fast as it happens. Find our regular quickfire podcast, Wolves Express, via wolves.co.uk or wherever you find your podcasts.
The Wolves app, the home of Wolves Online and on the move. Get the latest news, video, podcasts and what's trending. Plus, listen to men's and women's first team commentaries and watch the under-21s. You can even check out the latest merchandise offers from the club shop and create your own highlights. Plus, bid on unique match-worn memorabilia with Wolves auctions exclusive to the Wolves app. Download it now for iOS and Android.
Wolves records. Things just got loud.
Take the stress out of getting to the game with Wolves' only official off-site matchday parking at the University of Wolverhampton Science Park. Only £8 per match and only a 10 to 15 minute walk to Molyneux. It's the perfect place to park for hassle-free entry and exit on a match day. Go to tickets.wolves.co.uk to score yourself a spot.
Do you want to get more active? Wolves Foundation, the club's official charity, runs an Active Through Football project, which helps people of all ages to improve their physical fitness. Sessions are fun, friendly, and have real positive results. To find out the range of activities on offer, contact Liam Turner at wolves.co.uk.
For a regular quickfire update on everything Wolves, search Wolves Express wherever you listen to your podcasts.
The idea of professional soccer in the United States, no one had ever really thought about that. So soccer was dead, and then the Wolves come along.
It should be explained that the United Soccer Association gave North America its first taste of internationally recognized professional soccer in 1967.
Wolves in the 50s were very, very successful. It was the golden era, if you like. It was us and Manchester United. They were the glamour team. We were the scruffs from the Black Country.
The 1966 World Cup was carried by satellite into the United States. So a bunch of sportsmen thought, oh, great, next great sport, start a league.
I mean, I'd never been out of England. I hadn't even been to Wales.
They said they were touring like a rock band, zigzagging across the country.
Just a completely different world.
People were saying they want some weed, and we thought we're in trouble here.
Free love, flower power. What more do you want?
And the Whips and the Wolves met in a championship playoff game at Los Angeles' Memorial Coliseum to climax the United Soccer Association's inaugural season.
It was madness. Just the game never seemed to stop. You didn't need a ball. We're just catching each other.
Now, the match they played has been rated by many observers as the greatest soccer game ever seen anywhere. And we're convinced that you will agree with that conclusion after viewing this film.
There is that legacy in that they proved that it could work.
People will look back and say, what was the history of soccer in this country? And what they do, they have to land in 1967 and say, this is where it all began.
So West Ham just rejoining us for the second half at the London Stadium. Might just have seen on my monitor that Wolves are shortly to head out of the tunnel. Here they come. Mateus Cunha sharing a joke with one of the backroom staff at West Ham that he will know incredibly well. Doesn't look like any subs from either side at half-time. So stalemate at the break. Will either side ease the pressure on their respective managers and take all 3 points from this game? West Ham to get us restarted. Wolves attacking the end where their supporters are in the second half. They'll be willing them to get closer and closer to them. João Gomez having probably Wolves' best chance of that opening period. There was a flurry of block shots towards the end of it. Jared Bowen with probably the best chance for West Ham, saved by the right boot of Sam Johnston. Relatively even. Here's Reine Nori though, and Doherty is calling for it. Oh, and the cross was too far in front of him. Somehow he found himself running in behind, and Doherty, completely unmarked in the penalty area. All he had to do was find him there, Reine Nori. He's done brilliantly to get in behind, and look at the run by Doherty, Tomo, on our monitor, and oh, it just needed a better cross.
That's the difference. That is the difference between a team scoring a goal and not. And again, doing it in the right thing. I think that's an easy ball for me. He's on his left foot. There's nobody in there to pick Doughty up. All he's got to do is put it into an area, and that just sums us up a little bit. That just typifies the way that we are, and that was an easy chance for him. That was an easy chance for Aitnuri to put Doughty in, and for Doughty to have an attempt on the goal.
Well, he very much made his name in the early Premier League years under Nuno for scoring and assisting Matt Doherty. 39 goals, I should say, and 41 assists in his 461 career appearances for all clubs. Here is João Gomez, out to the right side to Doherty. Need to play early up to the edge of the box, away by Kilman.
Positive start though, positive start from Wolves. So I could say it was decent play from Aitnuri, but again, that's the things that lets him down a little bit. A little bit of quality when he gets into that top third, because there's no doubt about it, he's an exceptional player, but it's that quality that just lets him down a little bit, that final delivery. I just think that's a big let-off for West Ham for me. I think so early on in this second half, just a little bit of care, a little bit of quality, and you're scoring.
Doherty, who was in a little bit late on Edson Alvarez, and he does have to be careful. He's had a couple of let-offs now, Matt Doherty. It was Mateus Cunha that went into the referee's notebook for Wolves at the end of the half. West Ham with Fabianski in goal, Wan-Bissaka, Mavropanos, Kilman and Emerson the back four, Soler and Alvarez holding two in midfield, Kudus, Souček and Somerville supporting Bowen. Wolves with Johnston in goal, Doherty, Semedo, Bueno, Totti and Aitnuri, then Lamina, Andre and João Gomez in midfield three. Strand Larson and Cunha, the front two, as Somerville is fouled just inside the Wolves half. It's Doherty again, and yep, referees counting them up. Told you he had to be careful.
Well, he did say, didn't you? He did warn him. He did warn him. Yeah, just watching the incident again. Yeah, it was just gone down the back of Somerville's heel there. Yeah, he just left his foot there a little bit. Well, after the referee had a talk to him just before that challenge and told him that he needs to be careful. Seconds later, he's made a challenge. Not needed though, to be fair.
Santi wins it back midway inside his own half. Lamina just rather wastes his pass forwards. Needs to be a bit more cute about what he tries to do. Talked in the first half about Wolves Got to try and hang on to it. Can't just play blind passes. Needs to find feet and look for support.
That's where we've got to keep possession. If you've won it back, that's where you've got to try and do that pass and get that. Looks like if he's up there, at least he's going to have somebody just going to hold the ball.
Doherty on halfway, being forced backwards to Semedo. He's looking down the line. Across came Kilman to clear out a play. Ray says our team just don't look fit. David says he's out doing errands and shopping. Chiropractor getting me back in the line. Washing the pickup truck, all while listening to you and Tomo, making my day brighter. 2-0 win for Wolves over West Ham. And let us know where you are tuned in tonight as well. High ball forward. Santi trying to head it away. Shoving the back on Andre by Soler.
I think Soler is going to get himself booked. Kick the ball away. Yeah, you can't do it, unfortunately. Well, that's a stupid one, isn't it, from him? Good for us, but a bit silly for West Ham. Just got to leave the ball alone. You can't do it nowadays. So you're just in there. Yeah, Andre's going to pick the ball up, but he's just kicked it away from him. Yeah.
Andre was very clever there, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He spotted that he could try and take it quickly, and it's instinctive from Carlos Soler. Doherty, that's a clever ball down the line for João Gomez. Midway inside the West Ham half, yard in from the right-hand touchline. Back to Andre, sweeps it first to Cunha on the Wolves' left. Flicked in field, or Lamina lost his footing, and Edson Alvarez got it clear.
But again, it's behind him. So, like, you know, when we talk about Cunha and about the quality and the ability that he's got, that always keeps just letting him down, doesn't it? That little bit of a simple pass that he thinks, because it was behind him as well, and he'd made the run, Lamina, and Buddy said he had to put the brakes on, and he just couldn't do it.
João Gomez and Emerson colliding. Free kick has gone West Ham's way.
Never. They're both jumping for the ball.
Yeah, I thought that was 6-1, half a dozen of the other.
They're both going for it.
Could have tossed a coin and decided he was going to get that free kick.
Looks like we lost it then.
Doherty back to Santi, trying to turn the West Ham defence. Larson up against Kilman, and Kilman heads it out of play for a Wolves throw. That'll do. Larson appreciates the pass from Santi. Gets Wolves down the pitch.
That's exactly what I was going to say. At least he keeps you up into that top third.
Throwing quickly to Cunha. Larson just inside the penalty area, just couldn't quite dig it out from underneath his feet. Andre with a good challenge. Santi went in rather late. Here comes Wan-Bissaka though, racing down the West Ham right. 35 yards from the Wolves goal, trying to take on Lamina, who got back to him and deflects it behind for the corner.
Well done. Well done by Lamina, tracking the runner that time. Wan-Bissaka. But again, it's come from us just giving the ball away a little bit cheaply in that top third.
In swinging corner, left-footed from the right-hand side. Bowen's delivery, deep. Souček's free header, and it's in. No more than 10 yards out, just beyond the far post. Set piece is Wolves undoing once more. In swinging delivery, too deep, nobody got to it. Souček just had to head it back where it came from, looped over everybody, and the bubbles are blowing in southeast London. West Ham 1, Wolves 0.
Again, another set piece, another header at the back post. Nobody picking him up. I said to you earlier, he's one of their best headers of a ball, and nobody's within 5 yards of him. No, you can't do it. Just watching here. How many players we got in the box? We got 9 players in the 6-yard box. 9 players and the goalkeeper. And we still don't get nothing on it. We're still free at the back post again.
A question a lot of people will have, Tomo, is if you know that you're struggling to win the first header, why haven't they got anyone on the post? They've got people on the post there. That's an easy clearance away. It looks worse than it probably even is because of the way it just drops over everybody harmlessly into the far corner. Just anybody on the line protecting it gets it away.
It's just that the ease that people have against us, the ease that they can just head the ball, nobody on him at all in the 6-yard box. 6-yard box. We've got 9 players in there.
Well, it happened against Brentford. It happened against Chelsea. It happened
Villa
against Nottingham Forest. It happened against Villa. High ball forward from Cunha is asking a lot from João Gomez. He will reach it by the right-hand corner flag and whips in a first-time cross. Only Larson in there. Easy header away for West Ham.
That's what I was just about to say to you. We've got one person in the box. One person. Was it about 3 or 4 West Ham players?
Home side getting excited. Soler, midway inside the Wolves half, onto Somerville, up towards the corner of the box, pull back, Kudus. Andre was holding him up, it comes to Somerville. Kudus, Somerville on the edge of the box. Put in by, I think it was Andre. Back to Doherty. It's the 12th goals we conceded this season from set pieces. It's more than a third of those that have gone in against them. It's a long effort from a long way out. It's a long way over the top by Mateus Cunha.
Yeah, but look, we know he scored some spectacular goals this season, but that's not. Just watching the replay of the goal again. Was it 5 yards? Nobody near him.
And say it just looks worse on all the replays. Wolves were adamant that it should have been a goal kick. We've seen the replay on our monitor now, and it should have been a goal kick. There you go. That just sums it up, doesn't it? Lamina turned around to the referee at the time and was protesting his challenge with Wan-Bissaka. Totti just about evading Kudus on the edge of his own box. When things are against you, they are really against you. 2 ridiculous own goals in the last game. And now Wolves can feel hard done by what feels like a nothing referee decision. And then it just provides that opportunity. It's not an excuse because the defending from the corner is not up to scratch. But
another free header. Another free header from a back post corner.
So we are, 58 minutes into the game. What do Wolves do? There was a check for an offside, by the way, on the goal, but nothing doing. Here's Edson Alvarez just behind João Gomez. That looked like a shove on Totti by Souček. Feels like Wolves are going to have to gamble a little bit more now. Who do they sacrifice? That's the question.
They're going to have to do something because at the minute it sounds like it's West Ham are just building in confidence. They look the team who's going to do something else with it, and look, sound like it's what it has done. It's got the crowd behind him again. It's got the crowd from West Ham with that 1-0 win.
Where'd he go? Guedes? Looks like maybe Hee-Chan Wang might be being called back.
Well, I think Guedes for me. I think he at least is that player who can run with the ball a little bit, so I know he can get a goal. Wang's just out of form for me. I think
He has gone back to warm up, so it might not be him just yet. Here comes Somerville. Somerville driving up towards the edge of the box. On for Bowen, just inside the area, shapes onto his left foot. Low cross, turned in by Kudus. West Ham double their lead and pile on the pressure on Wolves in doing so. Jared Bowen finding the space for a quick counter-attack. And he laid it on a plate. And the man who scored twice in West Ham's 3-0 win in this fixture last season adds to his Hammers account. And Wolves have a mountain to climb to get back in and get something from the game. Or is he offside?
He's offside. He's offside.
This might not count, you know.
I think he's offside. Yeah, he's offside. Quite a bit, to be fair.
Well, he's still celebrating with a Mikel Antonio shirt. And he's going to find out in a minute or two.
Yeah, it's quite a bit offside, isn't it?
This one's not going to count.
No, I'll tell you what, lucky. Checking, are they sure it's going to tackle? How long is it going to tackle? That's clear and obvious to me. But it probably is to you as well.
Well, we can see it on our monitor that by the angle that we can see, that's a freeze frame. Looks like he's clearly offside. It's clearly ahead of Totti. I wonder if they're trying to draw a line as to whether he's behind the ball or not. Looks like it's well off from our view.
Yeah, he looks like he's well off. Well, I've heard funnier things from VAR, so it would surprise me. But he looks offside for me.
We're going to get Guedes on for Strand Larsen very shortly. Still the whistles around the London Stadium.
Oh.
Offside.
There you go.
So goal disallowed. Mohamed Kudus was offside. I don't think he needed to be either. Wolves had a massive stroke of luck there.
Yeah, again, Bowen, too much time and space in the penalty area.
Bellegarde's coming on for Andre as well, so Strand Larsen is taken off.
One more for legs by the look of it. Pace up front. Andre coming off as well. And let's see what kind of formation they're going to play now. Bellegarde as well.
So Kudus with a goal disallowed. Still West Ham lead by just the 1-0. Here's Santi. We have played 62 minutes. Johnston back for Santi. Need to clear it upfield. Flick on by Doherty. Guedes couldn't quite get there. Neither could Doherty as Emerson stepped in. Left-hand side of the centre circle. Back to Mavropanos.
Yeah, they're just winning the second balls. Aren't they?
Mavropanos turned away.
There's been a couple of times that he's turned down 1-versus-1s. We need a little bit more from him.
Oh, Somerville brought down by João Gomez, who gets a yellow.
Does that give him a suspension, does it?
Yeah, he was one of those who was walking that particular tightrope. That is his 5th yellow of the season.
Yeah, no surprise, is it?
Reine Nouri and Totti are the other two. So there'll be no João Gomez to face Ipswich this weekend.
Well, opportunity for Doyle, isn't it? Opportunity for Doyle to go into that central midfield area.
Well, they might just leave it as a 2.
Yeah.
Andre and Lamina.
Yeah. But they've got to think of somehow. I know he's made those changes. Bellegarde coming on, Guedes. But we've got to do something to try and hurt this West Ham defence. At the minute, we've had a couple of half chances first half. We had a good chance early on in this second half before West Ham had scored. Let's try and get ourselves back into it.
All right, the start of the half, that Ryan Nouri potential cross to Doherty that he mistimed. High ball into the penalty area. Lamina heads it away from the penalty spot. Kudus on the volley. It's wide of the left-hand post of Sam Johnston as he looks downfield.
Again, Lamina's just got caught with Bowen running past him. And I think I saw Semedo come from that right back position to try and get himself round to pick up Bowen. What is it better there?
Bellegarde chasing. I'll come to Souček now with Paquetá. Kilman, Mavropanos.
Yeah, they're knocking it about a bit now, aren't they? They're knocking it about West Ham. It's amazing what a goal does and changes your confidence in the game. He looked offside there, Somerville.
The Wolves with a free kick deep inside their own half. Sam Johnston coming out to take it. We are the 65-minute mark. Just under 25 minutes to go. Wolves trailing by a goal to nil. Haven't looked too likely for much of this second half. As Kudus fouls João Gomez just short of the halfway line.
No, so again, apart from that early chance where that Nuri putting the ball across to Doherty, we haven't really threatened this. If anything, West Ham have looked the more confident of the sides. Just need to have a gamble. Just need to try and get something out of this game.
Semedo switching the play to Nuri. On for the run of Cunha, left-hand side of the penalty area, clipping his cross in. Guedes went for something acrobatic, and I don't think he heard the shout from Bellegarde just behind him.
Well, he's telling him he should have shouted louder. And there you go. That just typifies how things are gone at the minute. I think that Bellegarde's got the easiest chance coming onto it with his left foot. Guedes was always struggling with it behind him. But he's saying that he never heard the shout. I think that just typifies it a little bit for me. So like just trying to get something in there. If he hears that shout or if somebody's screaming at him, he's got the easier of the chances, Bellegarde. Just need to get into it, get the zip into it. Can we get something out of this game?
Oh, here come Wolves through Cunha onto Guedes. Guedes, was he shoved over in the penalty area? Doherty with the follow-up. His effort is blocked. Bellegarde has gone tumbling by the corner flag, and he's going to get Wolves a free kick.
I'm sorry, but how's that a free kick for exactly the same as well for penalty? I thought that was a penalty. And I've just seen the Wolves giving a free kick for exactly the same. He's come through the back of him. Yeah, he shouldn't have nudged from his shoulder.
It was Emerson into the back of Gonzalo Guedes.
That's a penalty. That's a penalty for me. You've just seen him edge his shoulder into his back. That's a clear penalty.
Well, Andy Madley is the VAR.
Clear penalty.
And we are getting an official check for a possible penalty.
That's a shoulder in his back, that is. You've seen him actually lean into him from the replay.
The Wolves have had one decision go their way tonight.
It's a penalty.
John Brooks is counting out the 10 yards for the free kick, so I wouldn't be too confident, Tomo.
How's that not a penalty? You've seen him actually lean into him with his shoulder.
Cunha with a resulting free kick, headed away at the near post. Bellegarde playing it backwards. I said before, when things are going against you, they really go against you. And Wolves might have had a bit of luck with the second goal being disallowed. Here's Aït-Nouri with a cross in. Doherty! Oh, goodness me, what a finish! Matt Doherty, for over a decade or more, such a special player for this football club. And he steps up when Wolverhampton Wanderers needed him most. Crossing from the left-hand side, and Matt Doherty rolling back the years. Perfect timing, left-footed finish into the bottom corner. It's West Ham 1, Wolves 1.
Yeah, and we talk about Aït-Nouri, about that final third quality. There you go, a ball with quality in there. Doherty, you know he's always going to be in there, thereabouts. It's a great finish, by the way. What a finish that is, with his left foot, bottom corner, on the half volley as well. But all about the ball for me, picking somebody out. And that's the frustrating part about Aït-Nouri and me. He's got that quality, just got to use it more. Well, after the disappointment not getting the penalty, it's a great comeback from that.
First of the season, 32nd for the club on his 349th appearance for Wolverhampton Wanderers. He hadn't scored a Premier League goal since what turned out to be the winner against Chelsea on Christmas Eve of last year.
Just need to now make sure that we don't just leave ourselves open to concede a goal so early on. But again, another cheap free kick. We didn't have to do. I think it's a great finish from Doherty. That's similar to what happened earlier on as well. Ball from Mark down the left-hand side from Aït-Nouri, picking out Doherty. It just shows you if you put the ball into an area, he'll get in there and he can finish.
Ball delivered into the Wolves penalty area. Totti's clearance, Somerville's effort charged down by Bellegarde. Kudus on the West Ham right, pulled back to Bowen just outside the box. Gets away from Guedes, low one into the far bottom corner. West Ham restore their lead. And there won't be much chance of VAR coming to Wolves' rescue on this one. Given far too much time and space. First on the edge of the box, beats a defender, gets into the area and curls it into the bottom corner. West Ham 2, Wolves 1. Holds up the Mikel Antonio shirt. Wolves were unhappy with the initial challenge on Santi Bueno, I think, in defending
Guedes here,
the big free kick.
What's Guedes doing?
Yeah, Guedes lets him turn inside of him.
Well, that just sums us what we've done this season. Too easy. Oh.
And Wolves were not back on level terms for long. Officially only 2 minutes.
So I said Tuesday night, we've got to not concede early on. Because we do. We just concede so early after we've got ourselves back into the game. How many times we've done that this year?
Danny Ings on for Crescencio Somerville. So I think Bowen will move into a wide position. The Wolves have got to go again.
You know, that just adds to your tally. That was it. Another 3 goals we need to win a game now.
Here comes Bowen down the right side, getting the wrong side of Lamina. It's the penalty area, trying to pull it back. Ings, I think it was, who couldn't quite get there, and Doherty steals it on the edge of the penalty area and clears. It's out of play for West Ham throw. Lamina was just completely left by Jared Bowen. Showed him a clean pair of heels. Wan-Bissaka driving it deep into the Wolves half. That's the right side to Bowen. Wan-Bissaka's continued his run. Lamina slides in, another West Ham corner. Game's in danger of getting away from Wolves here.
Yeah, it is, and a little bit of self-infliction, isn't it? Where, again, just letting West Ham too much time, too much space. The goals come from that as well. The sickening blow is so early on again, letting a team get an advantage against you after working to get a good goal to equalise and just to give it away so cheaply.
Corner left-footed from the right-hand side, in swinging delivery from Jared Bowen. Souček again waiting, unmarked beyond the far post. It's punched away by Sam Johnston this time. Ings trying to nod it down. Cunha to Guedes. Wolves trying to launch a counter-attack. They've got 3-on-2. Raine Nouri over the halfway line. Pull back infield towards Cunha. It was behind him. Nouri's going to get a second chance though. Just outside the box, clips his cross in, headed away by a returning Mavropanos. Then Kudus is going to be fouled by João Gomes, whose emotions are getting the better of him.
Yeah, it's frustration, isn't it? By looking at that, he's pulling at his shirt and everything. He thinks it's minimal on the challenge there. Didn't really touch him that much, you don't think. And he's arguing he's not happy, is he? This is minimal challenge from him on the player.
Well, he's already had his yellow card today.
Yeah, he needs to be careful.
He's taken off in the last few minutes at Everton to save him from himself there. He's going to miss a big, big game this coming weekend. There is still a good 14 minutes plus time to be added on. This is not over yet.
It's not over, but they're going to have to show something else. Cunha's got to get in the game for me. He's not really been in the game tonight at all.
I think considering the levels that he set in November, he's been very below par in the last couple of matches.
Yeah, he has. And this is when you're looking at your big players and your players that are going to win your games. And at the minute, look, we haven't really seen that much from him against Everton and also this evening as well.
Oh, here comes your boy, Tommy Doyle. He's stripped and ready.
I think they're just watching there. That was just before the goal, wasn't it?
Yeah, we're just seeing a replay on our screen of,
and it looks a foul as well.
It's an Alves or maybe Mavropanos jumping on Santi. Santi playing it back to Sam Johnston. Doyle's going to come on for João Gomes, so clearly the Wolves bench having the same thoughts that we are.
Well, you'd rather sub him than get him sent off and make it worse because he's getting frustrated. And it must be difficult for him. So, look, he's a top player. And at the minute, things just aren't going right for him or us, or the team.
Bellegarde doing a lot of chasing and pressing. Goes back to Fabianski. Now Kilman just outside the left-hand side of the West Ham penalty area.
Yeah, he's seen Bellegarde chasing, but unfortunately, he's on his own chasing it.
Doherty having to concede the throw after clattering challenge in with Kudus.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see his response when he comes off. Oh, yeah, too bad. I think he's kind of accepting it. Yeah,
well, I was just thinking this might be a game for Tommy Doyle anyway. That ability to spread passes quickly. I know you're a big fan of his.
I am. I think he's a good player. And again, he's unfortunate that he just can't get in because of the players in front of him.
Yeah, he's got the captain and 2 Brazilian internationals just ahead of him. Makes a mockery of why Wolves are in the position they're in.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. With the quality that we've got, it's difficult to see the reason why we're out of it.
It's going to be Guedes who's hitting from distance, and
don't mind that.
It was low, awkward for Fabianski down to his left-hand side.
Yeah, he was dipping, wasn't it? It's a good strike from him. I don't mind that. So the keeper did well with it because he was dipping and he got a bit of power behind it. 11
minutes of normal time to go.
said to you at half time, I'd take a draw. I know it was 0-0 at the time when I said it to you, but again, it's 2 goals that have been sloppy defending against them as well. It's been too easy.
Doherty back to Totti, who can nod it back to Sam Johnston.
I'll tell you what, I'm happy that bounced up to him. Oh dear.
Don't know what you're concerned about, Thomas.
Oh no.
Semedo takes on the chest. Kudus got back in front of him. Emerson falls to Ings. Doherty intercepts and plays it back to Sam Johnston. That was short to Doherty. Back to the goalkeeper again. Now across to Totti. Wolves are intent on playing their way out from the back, and Bellegarde spinning. Does well to find Semedo. Semedo through the centre circle. Up early to Cunha. Lemina's making the run ahead of him. Cunha infield to Lemina. Good hit. Fabianski
Better.
low down to his right hand side with a save.
Better play, good break. It always makes me panic when I'm watching us play at the back, but on that example there, so look, it was some good play. Just missed the finish, didn't it? Just missed the finish just to make the goalkeeper work a little bit for West Ham.
9.5 minutes of the 90 to go.
I think the crowd here are still nervous about the result at the minute, just 2-1. I think if they stop putting a little bit of pressure on West Ham, I just think that it'll be a change of heart, I think, from the fans. Here we go again, after getting ourselves back in front. Come on, just put the pressure on them.
Santi looking long up towards Cunha. Mavropanos will head it back to Fabianski.
Fabianski's pretty comfortable with the ball, isn't he? So it's a comfortable header for the West Ham player, just to head back to his goalkeeper. I just think if they can just put that little bit of pressure on them, I think there's opportunity there. They've had a little bit of quality, and it's been limited at the way that we've gone forward. But I still think there's a chance here for Wolves. I still think that if they can just keep it at 2, I think they'll get an opportunity. I'm just hoping with the way that we do score goals that we can take it.
Semedo to Doherty, about 10 yards outside his own penalty area. Into the feet of Guedes. To Doherty, infield to Santi. He's playing almost as a quarterback at the moment. He's running over the halfway line. He ran it into Edson Alvarez. Lemina trying to slide in. Didn't get the ball or the player. Bowen continues. Ainuri tracking him. Support arriving from Wan-Bissaka. Lemina looks tired.
Well, to be fair to him, he's covered some ground tonight. He's worked hard in that midfield area. Yeah. Just too deep again, aren't we?
He just looks dejected and beaten. Mario Lemina. Body language is a big thing.
Yeah, well, he's walked all
Hands
the way.
on hips.
Yeah, but on that back line.
Oh, Cunha steals it. Here comes Bellegarde, driving through the middle of the West Ham half, up to the edge of the box. Bellegarde still into the area, being held up by Mavropanos, loses footing. Cunha takes over, pulls back for Tommy Doyle, who smashes it high and wide.
Well, that's a rusty finish, isn't it? I was going to say, I think I said it a few weeks ago when Doyle had an opportunity and he blasted it over the top then. I think it's just come nice. So I know it's on his weaker left foot. It's a chance. It's a chance. A little bit of pressure put on him.
Oh, is that a foul on Bellegarde? Well, I think in the end he actually goes down, I think, because of Cunha. But Mavropanos definitely steps on the foot of Bellegarde. It's just that he goes down in stages.
I think it's Cunha delayed, wasn't it?
I say, if he'd gone down initially, that would have been an interesting one for VAR to look at. Oh, they are looking. They are checking this.
Well, he's like I say, he stepped on his foot, hasn't he? But I think it's the delay and going down, I think.
Oh, and then, no, there's no penalty.
No.
We wave play on.
As if we're going to get one. GA going to get the first penalty from VAR. Still think it was. I know we scored it just after it, but I still think it was a penalty. I think you can see him lean into him with his shoulder, into his back.
Oh, trying to find Guedes. Semedo's pass intercepted by Emerson. Racing deep into the Wolves half. Infield to Kudus. Trying to get it back from Paquetá. Semedo intercepts. Doherty for Guedes. Game's getting stretched. Oh, then Guedes overhits the diagonal pass for Cunha. Five and a half minutes of the 90 plus time to be added on. Here comes Rodrigo Gomez in Wolves' last roll of the dice. It'll be for Rayane Nouri. West Ham are going to make a double change. So Rodrigo Gomez on. Triple change coming from West Ham. So Wolves have made all the subs that they can. Only made 4, but in 3 opportunities. So those out on the field now are going to have to produce what needs to be done. And they've got 4 minutes plus added time to do it. Rodrigo Gomez's first action is to track back with Bowen. To Souček, to Bowen, the 2 goal scorers combining. Bowen cutting in field. Paquetá, Ings, back heel. Surely an offside flag's going to go up. It does after Kudus puts it into the net.
Yeah, he looked miles off, didn't he? He looked miles off. But again, look, I'm hoping that Wolves have defended that line, but yeah, he's miles off, isn't he? He's miles off.
I don't think they really need to draw the lines for that one.
But if they do, so look, there's something wrong. As long as they'll see on the TV, a VAR check.
That's Kudus' last involvement. He's going to come off for Rodriguez. Cresswell on for Emerson. And Todibo coming on for Alvarez. So where does Wolves' miracle come from?
Well, he's just hoping that Cunha hasn't had a great game, that he's going to pop up with a bit of quality to get ourselves back into the game. So it's looks like I think we've been nearly there at times, but you can still sense that crowd just going to, yeah.
Cunha blocked off by Wan-Bissaka. Wolves free kick, 10 yards inside the West Ham half. Taken quickly. Cunha trying to lift it towards the run of Doherty. Did Doherty get the final touch?
Yeah, I think he did. I think he got the final touch. He thought the defender, I think, was going to head it, and he tried to read it.
So just over a minute and a half left of the 90. Wolves trailing by 2-1, having got back on level terms through Matt Doherty. And then less than 2 minutes later, conceding to Jared Bowen as Lamina is shoved over from the goal kick. With Souček.
Just go long here. Just saying, well, he's going up there. Santi's going up there.
Yeah, Doyle's waving them all forwards.
And rightfully so. Go up there. At least if something might drop or something might just go into your path where you have a shot or you have an opportunity to play it to somebody.
And let's summon the omens of the Amex.
Come on, can we score off a set play?
Big high ball up towards Totti. Headed towards the edge of the box. Flicked on by Santi. Away by Kilman. Big hoof clear. Doyle brings it down nicely just to the side of the centre circle. Still inside the West Ham half. To Lamina to his right. Lamina's taken too long and playing it back infield to Semedo. Be chased down by Ings and has to go all the way back to Johnston. Just outside the D of his own penalty area. Looking to launch it up towards Santi, who'd stayed up there. Guedo's trying to get a foot in. Cunha was chasing. Across came Mavropanos. Wolves throw. Last 20 seconds of the 90.
I just think that this is the now, we've talked about it most of the night, about having a gamble.
Cunha's low ball. Oh, Guedo's attempted first time cross. Got nothing on it. Low. And West Ham clear easily. Bowen for Wan-Bissaka just over the halfway line. We're going to have 8 minutes being added on, by the way. You heard that reaction.
Not happy, are they? Not happy, the West Ham fans. And I don't think Lopetegui is either.
Can Wolves find an equaliser in this added period? They have had powers of recovery away at Brighton a couple of weeks ago that kick-started a much improved run of form. Need to summon up that spirit again.
Well, we just want somebody just to go and do something, make something happen. Might be even worth like pushing one of your centre forwards up just to give you a different kind of ball to play. Because at the minute, Totti and Santi just staying at the back. I think Santi's just gone on his way there now.
Oh, Semedo trying to help him around the corner towards Lamina. Sends it out of play for a West Ham throw midway inside their own half.
He's tying his lace. The West Ham player, he's only just come on. And the referee's asking him what he's doing. Experienced player. I think it's Creswell, I think. Time to tie your lace, eh?
Paquetá backing into Semedo and winning a free kick. A couple of yards in from the left-hand touchline again, and no particular rush to take it. We've had 2 minutes of the 8 been and gone already. As Todibo and Kilman come forwards from the back. Souček and Ings are up there as well. Cresswell to take the free kick. Looking just to whip it into towards the edge of the penalty area, maybe. It's into the box. It was off a West Ham head. It was Souček again. This time wide of the far post.
Yeah. Fair, I didn't know if that come off a Wolves player. No, it's just come off his shoulder, hasn't it? It's just gone out. Missed it with his head. Can we get one last chance? Can we create something?
Johnston's long kick forwards. Oh, Bellegarde is penalised for nudging Souček out the way.
That's the again. Was it in the last minute or so? We've given away 3 free kicks. Just stopping the game, just running the clock down. West Ham, they'll be in no rush to do it. As you can see, they're just walking. Keeper's coming up near enough, just inside his own half. The keeper.
There is no atmosphere inside the London Stadium, though.
No. Well, they fear the worst, don't they? They fear that the Wolves might get a chance.
Still 4.5 minutes to play. Yellow card for Fabianski for delaying the restart. Headed away by Rodrigo Gomez. This is Bowen. Up towards the corner of the box, into the area, still allowed to run Bowen, blocked off by Doyle. Lamina comes away with it, trying to clip it forwards towards Cunha, but Todibo will see it out of play for a throw.
Yeah, that, in the last 10 minutes or so, that's the thing, isn't it? When we are trying to break, finding that lad up front, and we just haven't done it. So West Ham have been in control of everything, like running it out for a throw into West Ham or getting that free kick. Just somehow we've got to just try and find that player to play it off to get our attacks going.
Headed by Totti. Lamina was caught, but it comes to Doyle. And Doyle with an early one. Clever ball up to Guedes, who's managed to get hold of it. And he's brought Doherty into the action. Right inside the box, low pull back. Behind everybody. And Bowen can try and bring it clear. Lamina steps in. Wolves have it again.
Come on, a bit of quality. We just need a quality off somebody.
Cunha infield to Doyle, to Semedo. 3 minutes to go. Doherty back to Semedo. Oh, that's a naughty challenge. That's a very naughty challenge by Guido Rodriguez.
Tell you what, I thought he was a bit high as well. Come on, let's say a bit of quality from Doyle now. Set play. Oh, he's just gone to ground, if anything. He's just caught him, but I thought he'd gone over the top on him, but he hadn't.
Kind of went past the ball and tripped him, didn't he?
Yeah, I thought he had gone. So, but the replays just show me that he just kind of follow-throughs took Semedo down rather than the challenge, I think.
95.5 minutes played. Tommy Doyle over the free kick, lifted into the penalty area. Lamina's header harmlessly wide.
Well, this is going to be another minute in it by the time West Ham get the ball back and actually take it.
Time is not on Wolves' side. West Ham leading by 2-1. Invariably, it's the hope that gets you. Matt Doherty had given Wolves hope. Extinguished very quickly by Jared Bowen in this game. Souček fouls Doyle deep inside the Wolves half. Totti to Doyle as Harry O'Neill's team look to get going quickly. Semedo infield to Doyle. Minute 20 remains. Big high ball up towards Rodrigo Gomez, headed away by Wan-Bissaka. Comes off Bowen. It'll be a Wolves throw about 10 yards inside the West Ham half on the Wolves left. Taken quickly by Lamina. It gets it back from Totti.
Just put it in there. So look, keep playing at the back. Put it in there. So look, at the end of the day, got to do something
Doyle's
extra.
ball, looking for the run of Guedes. He was tracked all the way by Paquetá. Smashed out of play for a Wolves throw. 50 seconds to go.
Might stay long enough, Doty. Oh no.
He's going to throw it backwards to Tommy Doyle. A little short pass to find Semedo. Wide out to the right hand side to Guedes. Sets himself for the cross. It's now or never. High hanging delivery. Bellegarde trying to get it on target. Couldn't do so. Rolls agonisingly past the near post. And that may well be that.
Yeah. Look, so I don't think West Ham have played particularly well. You've had little glimpses of Bowen, who's been a problem. Somerville, I think, first half caused us problems. But I just think that we just lack that little bit of quality in that top third for me. I think we've had opportunities to put the ball in or to get something out of it, and we haven't.
Big high kick forwards from Wan-Bissaka. We're in added time of added time. It's going to come to Paquetá, who lines up an effort from distance, deflects off the back of Semedo through to Sam Johnston. Whistles around the London Stadium as Tommy Doyle turns and tries to run it up towards the edge of the centre circle. Just stands it forwards. Big, powerful header away. Comes back to Doyle again in the centre circle. Now is Semedo. Semedo's turn just to lift it forwards. Lamina trying to get a flick on. Doherty trying to get there, but Fabianski is out quickly.
I think he was just edged out there from one of the defenders of West Ham. Doherty, he looked like he was going to have a chance to get his head onto it, but I think he was just eased out. I don't know, he's give offside or something? Yeah, he's give offside. I was going to say, he's give something because he's at the penalty area holding the ball.
We're into the
Fabianski.
10th minute of added time. Long ball forwards. Still we play. Now we don't. It's Wolves' former head coach who comes out the victor at the London Stadium. Julian Lopetegui's West Ham. Victors by 2-1. They led from Thomas Souček's header in the 54th minute from a corner from the right-hand side. Things are getting a bit testy between some of the players down there as tempers flare at the end of the game.
Yeah, I think it's Lamina and Bowen.
Well, it was Bowen who got West Ham back in front. His goal turns out to be the winner after Matt Doherty had levelled in the 69th minute. Lamina's getting a yellow card as he continues to protest and get involved when he doesn't need to at the end of another disappointing night for Wolverhampton Wanderers, beaten by 2-1.
Yeah, unfortunately, so I don't think West Ham were great. I don't think West Ham hurt us that much. But again, they've got the vital 3 points from a couple of goals. Again, it's just frustrating, isn't it? It's just frustrating watching it. Just makes the game at the weekend so big, doesn't it? Against Ipswich now.
We'll have more from Tomo and some of your thoughts too on Matchday Live Extra to come. London Stadium is finished West Ham 2, Wolves 1.
Download the Wolves app today, the only place to watch live academy matches.
Wolves TV, the home of live uninterrupted radio commentary of every single Wolves game. But that's not all. Wolves TV also brings you extended and alternative match highlights, interviews with the team, behind-the-scenes features and training coverage, plus see every goal Wolves score from every angle.
From the volley arm and a goal! That is simply stunning!
So check out Wolves TV online at wolves.co.uk or on the move via the Wolves app.
Do you need support with your mental health? Life has been very challenging in recent years. With the COVID pandemic and cost of living crisis, we've experienced some difficult times. Wolves Foundation, the club's official charity, continues to run a Head for Health project, focused on helping adults improve their mental and physical well-being. For more details, email healthadmin@wolves.co.uk or call 07971 900 257.
Are you looking for a space to entertain key clients? Got a special occasion coming up and want to treat the family? Or are you just looking to come and watch a game in style? At Molyneux, we've a range of matchday hospitality packages available for every Premier League game.
Well, so much involved in this.
From the pitch and city views of WV1 to the premium a la carte dining in the boardroom, there's something for everyone looking to elevate their matchday experience.
Oh, goodness me!
To find out more and get yourself booked in, visit the hospitality section of wolves.co.uk.
Due to huge demand, Wolves Museum is now opening on Thursdays. Opening times are now Thursday to Sunday, 10:30 to 4:30 p.m. Take a walk through the history of Wolverhampton Wanderers and marvel at our extensive collection of Wolves artefacts. Only £10 for adults and £5 for under 14s. With new exhibits opening all the time, there's plenty to see in the Wolves Museum, so book your trip through old gold history at events.wolves.co.uk.
The official Wolves podcast, Matchday Live Extra.
The Wolves supporters are delirious.
West Ham 2, Wolves 1, and disappointing scene to the end of the game as Mario Lemina and Jared Bowen clash. Lemina having to be dragged from the field. He also appeared to clash with Wolves assistant coach Sean Derry at one point, highlighting the clear frustrations after Wolves had got themselves back on level terms in the game. It was 0-0 at half-time. Not too many chances in the first period, but a corner, a set piece so often Wolves are doing this season, whipped in by Bowen from the right-hand side, left-footed, and Thomas Souček, unmarked beyond the far post, just looped a header back over everybody and dropped in. Wolves got themselves back level. Matt Doherty, so often a source of goals and assists in his first spell in the Premier League in Old Gold, popped up from across from the left-hand side, and there he was to brilliantly finish the ball low into the bottom corner. But Wolves were only level for less than 2 minutes. Bowen evading Gonzalo Guedes on the corner of the penalty area, right-hand side, cut in on his left foot and curled it into the bottom corner. There had been a second goal for West Ham already ruled out that prevented them from going 2-0 up when Mohamed Kudus was adjudged to have been offside. Wolves had a couple of decent shouts for a penalty, checked by VAR, nothing given. And in the end, they fall to defeat. And what will that mean for the future of the football club? We do not know. But Tomo, in terms, Andy Thompson watched it alongside myself, Mikey Burrows, and at half-time, it wasn't a classic by any means, but Wolves looked fairly organised in something that we hadn't seen for a little while. Obviously, they'd gone very defensive in this game. Nelson Semedo, back from suspension, played as one of a back three with Matt Doherty, Ray and Ait Nouri as the wing-backs, and then a midfield three of Lamina, Andre and João Gomez. And that provided protection. It didn't provide much in attacking impetus, but at half-time, we were saying Gary O'Neill was probably the happier of the two.
Yeah, and also as well, I would have took 0-0 at the end of the game. I say a clean sheet and a point coming away from here, because it's not a nice ground for us with results wise. But yeah, again, we work hard. And again, I don't think both teams played well. I think it was a scrappy game. I think you could see that the nerves were on both sides about what was doing. But once they've gone a goal up, again from a set piece, free header at the back post, and then we got ourselves equal with I think a great goal, great finish from Doherty. And to do that and to work his way back into the game, that's it. You shut up shop for me. In a way, you make it difficult for West Ham to get anything else out of it. But again, get caught on the edge of the box, bad defending, allowing Bowen to come in on his left foot, and to be able to have a free shot into the bottom corner, which he's going to take, and he did. And so, look, it's a poor goal from us. But yeah, again, it's another game that we've lost.
And look, there'll be a lot of people that blame Gonzalo Guedes for missing the challenge on Bowen, but you can almost make a case, can't you, that you need somebody to be there to back your teammates up. You can't defend on your own. Nobody can do that. You have to defend as a team. You have to be prepared to see danger and get out quickly to it. And for second game in a row, we spoke about it before and about the Mangala goal for Everton. Wolves haven't done that. They haven't had somebody who's been prepared to say, if he beats that our man there, I'm going to be the guy to go and close it down.
Yeah, it is. But like I say, when you are defending, what you do to a player, you push him into an area that he's not comfortable with, i.e. outside of the box. You try and push him back to his own players. But again, it's something that we don't do very well. Guedes he's gone to block the shot or the cross, whatever Bowen was going to do. And then Bowen's just dragged it inside. And again, he's allowed him to have a free shot. And again, I'm not just blaming him, but it's just something that we just seem to be doing. And there's a trend out of it as well with our defending and allowing people to have too much time on the edge of our box.
So Wolves found themselves 2-1 down. They brought on Rodrigo Gomez. They'd already brought on Tommy Doyle and Jean-Luc Bellegarde, Gonzalo Guedes as they looked to try and get back into the game. But it never really felt, having gone back to 2-1, that Wolves were going to craft that opportunity, did it? They huffed and puffed and they tried to get into decent areas, but I can't really remember Fabianski giving a save to make apart from a fairly decent move that saw Mario Lemina shoot from outside the box.
Yeah, and look, so like we've had half chances, and that's where it's vital and it's crucial that we either put a decent cross in, have a chance, hit the target. Doyle had an opportunity as well, and that was on his weaker foot. But they're the chances that we're going to have to take if we're going to get ourselves back into this game after giving West Ham 2 goals. For me, I just think it's just too easy against teams at the minute, and everything that we seem to do. Again, you saw the 2 goals in against Everton where there were own goals from Dawson. It just seems everything at the moment just goes against you. When things aren't going well for you, you just need a break sometimes, and at the minute it's not happening.
No, look, they got the benefit of a VAR, didn't they, when Mohamed Kudus was offside, but you felt they could have had 2 penalties in that game.
I thought the first one for me is a definite. You just saw him going to the back of him, but for me, the bit what you saw was when he's actually leant with his shoulders, like give him a little nudge with his shoulder. And I don't understand why VAR hasn't seen that. I could understand if he's running in there and he's caught him with his body coming into him, but when he's actually initiated a move from his shoulder into the middle of his back, then all of a sudden the question marks are up for me. I think that it's a penalty because it's gone out of the box and all of a sudden something similar and he's given a free kick.
Yeah, but I think that's the difference. That I don't think it's VAR in this respect. I think it's that Wolves didn't get the decision on the field. I think it's the classic one of umpire's call where had it been given a penalty on the field, it's not being overturned. But bearing in mind the parameters of VAR, and we've had this conversation a lot of times, that VAR is not necessarily there to re-referee. If the referee says he's seen a shove in the back and he doesn't think it's enough for a penalty, there isn't anything VAR can do in that respect.
But I just think that if VAR have seen that the referee's made a clear and obvious mistake, that he needs to go over and watch the screen.
He could have asked him to look at it.
Yeah,
he
that's
could
what
have
I'm
asked
saying.
him to
He
look
could
at
have asked
it.
him to, because again, the thing for me is that initial move with his shoulder where he's actually gone to nudge him, and that's the thing for me.